Let's be happy, gather round, 'cause it's time for you and me. Sing a song as we jog along to the Chuck Wagon Jamboree.
Howdy again, friends and neighbors, to gather around the bean house for another of your Chuck Wagon Jamborees, starring the Novelty Aces, Susie, Emmy Lou, Art West, Jerry, Hal.
Hello, everybody.
And, of course, yours sincerely, Ken Curtis. My first assignment is to inform you all that on our starting lineup is that old white mule of mine, a humdinger of a tune. Sing it loud, kid.
His back's caved in and his mighty thin, but his legs are strong and fine. So I sing a song as it carries me along, this old white mule of mine.
Sing it, Jerry.
Way up high in the mountains, in the kingdom of the pine, I lived with the best old pal I know, this old white mule of mine. His back's caved in and his mighty thin, but his legs are strong and fine. So I sing a song as it carries me along, this old white mule of mine. Judgment Day is coming, and the golden stairs I'll climb, and I know St. Peter will welcome me on this old white mule of mine. His back's caved in and his mighty thin, but his legs are strong and fine. So I sing a song as it carries me along, this old white mule of mine. This old white mule of mine.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And right about this time, our Novelty Aces usually get together with a sweet-sounding Western song. Emmy Lou, suppose you tell the folks about it.
I'd be delighted, Mr. Ken. We've been a-practicing a tune that might have been writ specially for our jamboree, Down the Old Chuck Wagon Road. Want to hear it?
And that's the mostest thing I want right now. Make it sound pretty, will you?
Down the old Chuck Wagon Road, yippee-yay, yippee-oh, as the wagon rolls along, we can sing this song. Down the old Chuck Wagon Road, yippee-yay, yippee-oh, through familiar countryside, we'll ride, ride, ride. I'll see familiar faces, a rock, a bush, a tree, the old familiar places that mean so much to me. Down the old Chuck Wagon Road, yippee-yay, yippee-oh, we can sing this little song as we roll along. I'll see familiar faces, a rock, a bush, a tree, the old familiar places that mean so much to me. Down the old Chuck Wagon Road, yippee-yay, yippee-oh, we can sing this little song as we roll along.
Oh, that's yours. Ah, now that was real nicely sung, Aces. Down the old Chuck Wagon Road. Now, I see our next event on the schedule is our medley. Have you got the list there, Art?
Yep. You folks are in for a fiddle doing of On the Dixie Bee Line. Jerry's going to do a solo on Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette, and the quartet sings an old spiritual, Down by the Riverside.
Oh, that sounds like a satisfactory lineup. Let's hear on the old Dixie Bee Line first. Next, our bass singer, Jerry, sings that song of the cigarette, Smoke, Smoke, Smoke. I heard you rolling your own these days, Gerald.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just gotta have another cigarette. Now, I'm a fella with a heart of gold and the ways of a gentleman, I've been told, the kind of a guy who wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met that guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Now, it's not 'cause I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they'll harm your health. I've smoked them all my life, and I ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same. In a petting party or a poker game, everything's got to stop while you have that cigarette.
Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Pop, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death.
Tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait, but you just got to have another cigarette.
And our barbershop quartet gives out with that very famous old spiritual, Down by the Riverside.
Go and lay down my burden, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Go and lay down my burden, down by the riverside. Go and study war no more. Ain't gonna 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 study war no more.
Well,
Yeah, that's a
that's
all All right, and thank you. And for lack of something better to offer, I have a little song here written by my good friend Andy Parker. I'd like to sing it.
Yep, folks, Mr. Ken Curtis, star of Western Muleys, radio and bathtub recitals, will now endeavor to entertain you with a ditty that claims the West's as wild as ever. All right, Mr. Ken, you can take over from here.
Well, thank you, Emmy Lou. I'll do just that. Bawling calves, longhorn cattle, shaggy shaps, and squeaky saddle, desert dust and alkali, riverbeds all parched and dry, rattlesnakes a lying dreaming where the old bald eagle's screaming. Still I want to roam forever where the West is as wild as ever. Never let 'em tell you that the woolly West is gone. Never let 'em doubt it, for it still lives on and on. The legend of a nation, it's a rugged situation, 'cause the West is as wild as ever. Prairie moon swinging yonder, whale the pale stars winking wander, night owls moaning in the gloom, way out where the mountains loom, smoldering campfires, smoking, dying, wind a wailing, sobbing, sighing. I'm content to roam forever where the West is as wild as ever. Never let 'em tell you that the woolly West is gone. Never let 'em doubt it, for it still lives on and on. The legend of a nation, it's a rugged situation, 'cause the West is as wild as ever. Dusty trails and open spaces, wild mustangs running races, tumbleweeds and yucca trees blooming in the desert breeze, cold corrals and long drift fences ending where the range commences. Let me ride and roam forever where the West is as wild as ever. The West is as wild as ever.
Gee, Ken, I wished I could sing like that.
I wish I had your bass voice.
I wish I did too.
And I wish you'd all quieten down for a spell, 'cause it's hymn time on our Chuck Wagon Jamboree. And our song is one I'm sure you've all sung many times at Sunday school. Yield not to temptation.
Yield not to temptation, for yielding is sin. Each victory will help you some other to win. Fight manfully onward, dark passions subdue. Look ever to Jesus, He'll carry you through. Ask the Savior to help you, comfort, strengthen, and keep you.
very beautifully sung, Aces. Yield not to temptation. Well, friends and neighbors, don't leave us yet, but right now for the Novelty Aces, myself and the whole Chuck Wagon Jamboree gang, I want to say it's nice being with you. Yours most sincerely, Ken Curtis.
Let's be happy, gather round, 'cause it's time for you and me. Sing a song as we jog along to the Chuck Wagon Jamboree.